Last week when we learned about three-digit addition, you guys did so great that I think you are so ready to move on to three-digit subtraction. So we're going to start with a couple examples, and then we're going to do 2 problems together before you do a couple problems on your own. So let's look at this one. It says 348 minus 124. What I want you to do first is to look at this top number. And we are going to draw that top number over here in our chart. So I want you to think to yourselves right now how many hundreds, tens, and ones there are in 348. So there are 8 ones in 348. So we're going to go ahead and draw those over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to then look at the amount of tens in the number 348. There are 4 tens in the number 348, so we're going to draw those over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to look at the hundreds. There are 300, so we are going to draw those over here. What I want you to do next is look at this bottom number. We are going to start crossing off these numbers by taking them away using our chart. So we have 348 minus 124. So we're going to start in the ones place. We have 8, take away 4. So we're going to look at the ones place. We're going to take away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 left over. And then we're going to look at the tens place over here. We have 4 tens. And we're going to take away 2 tens, leaving us with 2 tens. And then we have 3 hundreds. And we're going to take just 1 away. So we're left with 2 hundreds. The difference to this subtraction problem is 224. Pretty easy, right? All right, let's move on to the next one. So we have 241 minus 127. So first, I want you to look at this top number and draw it over here in our model. So we have 241. We have 1 in 241. We have 4 tens. And we have 2 hundreds. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at this bottom number and start taking them away over here. So I'm going to look in the ones place first. Right over here. Look at the ones place. And I have to take 7 away from 1. Uh-oh. There's a little bit of a problem. We can't take 7 away if we only have 1 here. So what can we do? We're going to call up our friend the 10, and we're going to say, hey, 10, can we borrow 10? And he's going to say, of course. He's going to let us move them on over to the ones place. We're going to draw those in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to show what we did over here in our math problem. So we had 241. We couldn't take 7 away from 1, so we had to call up our friend the 10, and he said we could borrow some. So he becomes a 3, and this becomes an 11, because we have 11 ones over here. So 11 minus 7, we can go ahead and cross out 7 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're left with 4 ones, and then we had 3 tens, and we're going to take 2 away, leaving us with 1 10. And then we had 2 hundreds, and we took 1 away. We have 100 left. This subtraction problem is 114. Let's move on to this one. It says 342 minus 138. So we're first going to look at this number and draw it over in our model over here. We have 2 ones. We have 4 tens. And we have 3 hundreds. Now we're going to look at this bottom number and look into the ones place. So let's look into the ones place over here. We want to take 8 away from the 2 ones we have here. But we know that we can't do that because we don't have enough. We can't take 8 away if we only have 2. So we're going to call up the 10 and ask to borrow 10. He's going to say, of course. We're going to move them on over and draw them in our ones place. All right, let's show what we did over here in our math problem. So we knew we couldn't take away 2 from 8, so we called up the 4. We borrowed 10, and then we the 2 became a 12. So now we have 12 minus 8. So we can go ahead and cross off 8 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have 4 left over. We had 3 tens, and we're going to cross off 3 because we have 3 minus 3. And we have 0 tens left over. And then we had 3 hundreds, and we're going to take away 1, leaving the difference of this problem to be 104. So second graders, remember that when we don't have enough ones to take away, we have to call up the tens and ask if we could borrow some. So now open up your math books and turn to page 422, Go Math Chapter 6. We're going to work on those 2 problems together. So we're going to go ahead and we're all going to make a hundreds, tens, and ones chart. Nice and quick, hundreds, tens, and ones chart. And then we're going to read the problem. It says, there are 532 pieces of art at the show. 300 pieces of art are paintings. How many pieces of art are not paintings? So it says that there are 300 pieces of art. 319 of those pieces are paintings. How many of those are not paintings? So what we're going to do second grade is we are going to write the subtraction problem horizontally, remembering that the bigger number always goes on top. So we have 532 minus 319. We're going to take that number up here and draw it in our diagram over here. So we have 532. We have 2 ones, 3 tens, and 5 hundreds. 1, 2, 3. Now we are going to look at this bottom number, and then we're going to look over here in our ones place. We want to take 9 away from 2. We want to take 2 minus 9. We can't do that, so we have to call up the tens and ask to borrow some. We didn't have enough to take away 9 from 2, so we're going to draw 10 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to show what we did back over here in our problem. So we couldn't do 2 minus 9 because we didn't have enough, so we're going to cross out the 3, make them a 2. We're going to cross off the 2 and make it a 12. 12 minus 9, let's do it over here. Let's take away 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 3 left over. We had 2 tens. We took away 1. We only have 1 left over. And then we had 5 hundreds, and we're going to take away 3, leaving us with 213 pieces that are not paintings. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's draw a quick hundreds, tens, and ones chart. Second graders, I want you to be doing this with me before you do it on your own. If you need to pause the video at any time, that might be helpful. So let's read the problem together. It says 245 children go to the face painting event. 114 of the children are boys. How many of the children are girls? So let's highlight the important information. We have 245 children, 114 of them are boys, and we have to figure out how many children are girls. So we're going to write that problem horizontally, and we know that the bigger number always goes on top. So we have 245 minus 114. We are going to look at the number on top and draw it into our place value chart over here. We have 5 ones. We have 4 tens, and we have 2 hundreds. Now we're going to look at our bottom number over here, and we are going to take them away in our chart. So we had 5 ones. Can we take away 4? Absolutely. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1 left over. We had 4 tens. We're going to take away just 1. We have 3 now, And we had 200s, and we're going to take away 1, leaving us with 1. The difference of this problem is 131, which means that the 131 of the people attending the face painting event are girls. All right, that's all I have for you today, second grade. I'm going to ask for you to turn to page 423 and complete problems 3, 4, and 5. And if you need to at any time, go back and watch the video. Feel free. Otherwise, have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.